My doctor once asked me a question that stopped me in my tracks. I like my doctor. He has a good sense of humor. Every year I would go to him for my annual exam, and after doing the test, he would come in and he'd say, "Ralph, I can't find anything wrong with you. Have you thought about taking up smoking? Smoking is good for business." I asked him, "I guess you want me to stop eating kale too." Well, I remember distinctly the very first time that I went to see him. He was sitting at his chair in front of his computer, and he was typing in notes as he was collecting information about me. And he was going through a series of medical questions, kind of rapid fire, asking them, and I would answer quickly as well, yes or no. So he would ask, do you smoke? Have you ever smoked? Are you allergic to any medications? And most of the answers were no, so I'm saying no, 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 no. And then in the middle of all of these medical questions, without pausing, he asked, "Are you happy?" Well, I've been saying no, 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 and I almost blurted out no, but I stopped myself and I thought, do I want to answer no? If I do, he's going to ask other questions like, well, why not? What's making you unhappy? And I'm thinking my medical insurance pays for the medical exam, but not for psychotherapy, so I'm not sure I want to go that direction. But do I answer the question yes? Because that wouldn't be entirely truthful. I'm not happy all the time. I'm not happy every day, or there are parts of some days I might not be happy. Like when the batteries in the TV remote control go out and I don't have replacements and I'm banging the remote against my hand trying to make it work. Or when my grandson asked me what a cassette tape was. Or when this happens. Well, what did I say? I turned the question back around on him and said, "Doc, define happiness." This got me to thinking, are seniors known for being happy? Honestly, I think the answer to that question is no, at least according to the stereotypes. Old men are grumpy. Remember the movie, Grumpy Old Men? Old women are cranky. They didn't make a movie about that, but still. Well, why is that? I'd like to speak to the young people first and say this. There are some reasons for old people being grumpy. I mean, there are some problems and challenges that come with growing older, and I'm not going to get into all of those today. But we men, things aren't working as well as they used to, and so we might be grumpy. And women, I don't know, maybe they look in the mirror and that makes them cranky. So have a little compassion on us. But we seniors don't have to just sit and continue to grumble. So I'd like to give you Dr. Ralph's prescription for overcoming the disease of grumpiness. Now, I'm not a real doctor, I just play one on YouTube. And these aren't things that I read on a list somewhere. These are things that I actually do. RX number 1 is to have a daily dose of gratitude. One of the very first things that I do when I get up in the morning is to mentally list 5 or even up to 10 things that I'm grateful for. Always number 1 on the list is I'm still here. I'm not promised another day, but I'm here today and I'm grateful for that. And then it might be something simple like just holding in my hand a hot cup of coffee, or something more important like looking forward to a few weeks from now when it'll be Christmas and I'll meet my new granddaughter for the very first time. But that's my daily list. We all have reasons to be glad and reasons to be sad. And each of us makes the choice every day which one of those we're going to focus on, which is going to be in the foreground and which is going to be in the background. When we get up in the morning, we decide what we're going to eat, what we're going to wear, what we're going to do that day, and we decide what we're going to focus on. So make sure you have that mandatory daily dose of gratitude. RX number 2, you've got to detox the poisons from your system. I have not watched the news for 5 years. It's been 5 years this month. And I don't read mean, nasty, insulting posts on social media. It's all toxic. You know, Costco has these trash bins set up throughout the store on days that they're giving out free samples, a place where people can throw their trash. And when I go to Costco, I don't walk in and head right for the trash bins and start looking in them and digging around in them and pulling things out and saying, oh, there's some food somebody didn't eat. I think I'll pull that out and eat it. That sounds pretty gross, doesn't it? So why do we fill our minds with these poisons? Get the poisons out, detox from them. RX number 3, you've got to move your body. I do resistance training 3 or 4 times a week, and I have a goal of walking at least 7,000 steps a day. Lately, I've been walking 12 to 14,000 steps a day. Now, you don't have to be a gym rat, and you don't have to walk 6 miles a day. Do what you can. You know, if you leave a wet sponge on the kitchen sink counter and it sits there all day and maybe for 2 or 3 days, it begins to fester all kinds of bacteria and pathogens so that it can make you so sick that you'd feel like dying. So if you're a couch sponge, you're going to fester grumpiness. You got to get up and move. If you're feeling a little grumpy, just get up and take a walk. Maybe it's just 10 minutes inside the house, but I think you'll see it'll make a difference. The old rule says that seniors aren't expected to be happy. They are expected to be grumpy. That's a rule that needs to be broken. Let me ask you, what do you do to help get rid of the grumpy disease? Put your answer in the comments. And let us seniors show the world that seniors can be happy, funny, and sometimes even a little bit mischievous.